For years in Florida, if you got pulled over for a DUI, refusing the breath test was a gamble. You'd lose your license for a year, but the refusal wasn't a crime. And that changed on October 1st, 2025. And if you're driving in Florida, you need to understand what's different, because the old advice could now land you in criminal court. I'm Brad Rowe. I'm a criminal defense and DUI attorney in Northwest Florida, and some of my friends, neighbors, colleagues, even other attorneys have some confusion about this new law, and it's time we talked about it. What better time to talk about it than in the week before the big Blue Angel performance on Pensacola Beach? All right, so what is the law? Here's the core of it. Before this law, a first refusal to submit to testing under Florida's implied consent law resulted only in an administrative driver's license suspension. And only a second or subsequent refusal to submit to testing could be prosecuted as a crime. And now, a first refusal itself is a crime. So let's be precise, because this matters. This isn't about refusing a roadside test the moment you're pulled over and a DUI investigation starts. This applies after a lawful DUI arrest, when an officer will request a breath or urine test and properly reads you the implied consent warning. So under the amended statute, refusing to submit to a breath or urine test when lawfully requested by law enforcement is now a second-degree misdemeanor, even for a first offense. So what are you looking at? Here's what you're actually facing. A first refusal is now a second-degree misdemeanor, and what that carries is up to 60 days in jail, up to 6 months probation, and fines of up to $500. A second or subsequent refusal to submit to testing is a first-degree misdemeanor, and that's punishable by up to 12 months in jail and fines up to $1,000. And here's the part that people miss. The administrative license suspension still applies on top of the criminal charge. I'll discuss that more in a separate video. A first refusal still carries a 1-year license suspension, a second refusal 18 months. So why does this matter? Well, for decades, drivers believed that refusing the breath or urine test was the smart play. Deny the state its evidence, take the license hit. Now that belief is more complicated, and it carries serious risks. Refusing no longer makes the problem go away. Even if your DUI is beaten at trial, the refusal charge can still stick, and you can be convicted of it. These are two separate charges, even in the same case. Now, the flip side. The new law also created new defenses. Officers are required to advise drivers that refusing the test is a criminal offense, not merely an administrative one. If an officer fails to deliver that updated warning accurately and completely, the failure can support a motion to suppress, and that can be used to defeat the charge. So if you've been arrested for DUI and refused testing after October 1st, 2025, talk to a DUI attorney. Talk to me before you make any decisions. The stop, the arrest, and the warning all have to be done right. And that's where these cases can be won.